This is how Joel Osteen was praying this week. Father, we know that in your word it says that you used Noah, his ark, and a flood to wash away the sinners from all over the globe. So I ask you right now, use this flood to wash away these poor people from coming into my church.
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
Important announcement, the latest episode of For the Culture podcast was supposed to come out on Tuesday, but we had a lot of shit going on and things got a bit hectic, so I know a lot of you guys were expecting it to come out on Tuesday, but we just had to push it back, so please look forward to the latest episode coming out later on this week. We're sorry for the delay. Justin and I really had to prioritize a few things, but it is coming, so don't you fret. And for those of you who are interested in listening to the past episodes that we have, go to fortheculturepodcast.com and go ahead and check it out. It's also on the podcast app if you have, an iPhone. It's on SoundCloud, but all of that information is currently on fortheculturepodcast.com so you can get your goddamn life, okay? I also don't want you guys to forget to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianXpression. There's a bunch of extra shit there for you to see. Also, my ebook is still available. All of the links are in the description box. Now let's get to drag. Girl, did you guys see that video of Caitlyn Jenner getting dragged like the sack of laundry that she's built like? Let me tell you something. What's her name? Ashley Marie Preston. She is an activist and an editor. She's a trans woman. And she got in Caitlyn Jenner's face. She called her a goddamn fraud. She said, girl, what the fuck have you done? You're fake. We all know that Caitlyn Jenner could have been a force in the trans community and in the LGBT community for the better. She could have used her voice to help uplift. She could have used her voice to help eliminate some of the stigma and help eliminate some of the trash that trans people face and help improve self-esteem. But instead, she decided to go ahead and tap dance and coon for Donald Trump and the rest of the GOP, who honestly, as I said before, wouldn't even want to sit in the same goddamn room next to her. They don't even want her to be able to piss, okay? Ashley Marie Preston had dragged her, and I got my whole goddamn life. Look up the video if you want to see it. And Miss Preston, she got a lot of flack for really going that hard in on Caitlyn Jenner, and her response to that was a tweet which simply said, "Desperate times call for desperate measures. A loud, angry black trans woman is more effective than a dead one. Silence is death." And that's honestly what I have to say to everyone who's trying to pick at me or anyone else who's, trying to use their voice to make a change. Yes, you're gonna see I come off as angry sometimes, I come off as mean. Oh my gosh, you didn't have to say that. That's fine, but these are just words, okay? And the shit that I'm speaking out against, the shit that Ashley Marie Preston was speaking out against causes death. Okay, so my harsh words, I hurt your feelings, little Adrian hurt your feelings. Okay, bitch, think about what the fuck I'm saying, so maybe next time I won't have to do this shit over and over again. Think about what the fuck I'm saying, so that we won't have to deal with more suicides, we won't have to deal with more motherfucking hate crimes that we have to face, especially in communities of color and minorities in general, LGBT community. Yeah, my words might sting, sometimes they may not be politically correct, but somebody has to speak up so y'all can stop degrading minorities in silence. So literally, you must be living under a rock if you haven't heard this, but Houston has been faced with a horrible ass hurricane, and he was called Harvey, and he really came in and rained down ridiculous amounts onto the city. I think that experts haven't seen anything like this before. Apparently, when you map out the radar, when you map out the amounts of rain that is coming down, they had to come up with different, color palettes to accurately show what's going on. When I first heard about the storm, I heard it was a tropical storm, and I heard it was in the Gulf. So I said, okay, you know what? Houston will be okay. That area will be all right. It's not a category 3 or 4. Like, it's gonna be annoying, but they'll be okay. But the simple fact is that the earth is getting hotter. I don't know how else to tell you bitches this shit. We hadn't had a storm in a minute. The earth is getting hotter. The water in the Gulf was so hot that it was powerful enough to take this tropical storm and turn it into a goddamn category 3. That shit is ridiculous. So it's crazy how a lot of people are running around online talking about, oh my God, experts have never seen anything like this before, and then yet still in the same breath will deny that our climate is, as a whole, is changing, but whatever. I'm really hoping that everyone who sees this and is living in Houston, I'm hoping that you guys are all right. I'm hoping that you guys have, especially my Adrian Army, I'm hoping that you guys are safe and you have someplace to stay. I'm hoping that none of you guys lost any of your family members. I'm keeping y'all in my thoughts, but I'm gonna tell you somebody who's not keeping y'all in his thoughts, and that's Joel Osteen, bitch. Let me tell you something. I don't know how else to say this shit, but some of you Christians are trash. That's all I know how to say. That's the only way I know how to say it. Let me tell you something. Before I get into the matter at hand, let's talk about the fact that these churches are tax-free. That's a problem in and of itself. Y'all need to pay tax. I don't give a fuck. The taxes need to go pay off these student loan debt, but I mean, that's a whole nother motherfucking story. These churches are tax-free. Not only that, but some of these churches, especially in the black community, while a lot of people are dragging Joel Osteen, we need to take a look at what's going on in our own goddamn communities as well. A lot of these black churches have pastors who are literally driving around in Benzes and Cadillacs on the dime of their poverty-stricken ass congregation. I'm talking about their congregation barely getting enough on social security checks, especially a lot of these retired folk. The people in our congregation working 2 and 3 jobs, you know, barely can make ends meet, but bitch, they being forced. I'm talking about they will pass the offering plate around 3-4 times and keep singing until he feels like he got enough money, and he gonna use that shit, the pastor gonna use the shit to go buy another goddamn house. It is disgusting how religion is used to manipulate people, especially people who a lot of times may not have the awareness, the education, the resources to fight back against the stupidity that is going on, and they just are held captive by these beliefs that force them. I'm talking about people would be struggling in church but still be like, okay, well, I gotta give it up, I gotta give it up, I gotta give something. Girl, for what? So your pastor can throw his ass in a circle in his big ass mansion, in his fancy ass cars, girl? Okay, I'm done dragging, but I'm not done dragging Joel Osteen, bitch. So Joel Osteen's mega church, untaxed ass church, is able to hold more than 16,000 people, right? So once people saw that, hey, the flood waters are fucking up Houston, we need to have another place, we need to have a big ass shelter to go to, like everybody's opening their doors, and they noticed that Joel Osteen's mega church was not doing that shit. And then people are like, well, girl, maybe it's because it's flooded, bitch. I'm talking about videos. People went up there and recorded videos and took pictures like, girl, yeah, certain parts of it may have water, but bitch, the main area what we need is not flooded, girl, and the church doors are not goddamn up. And bitch, Joel Osteen was getting dragged. He was getting dragged online until eventually I saw pictures of people preparing the place to be open. And it's just like, there were a lot of debates going on. And my belief is that Joel Osteen did not want to open his goddamn doors. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care what you say. In my opinion, Joel Osteen did not want to open his goddamn doors to let all these people he may view as rambunctious and rowdy. Maybe he feels like somebody might get some rainwater on their pews or something. I'm not sure what's going on. Look at this video and tell me what you think. This was when his doors finally opened and he was about to be interviewed and shit. Look at his body language.
Melissa Correa is now live at Lakewood Church. She's talking to Joel Osteen. Melissa?
Hey there, we're joined with Joel Osteen, pastor at Lakewood Church.
If that doesn't convince you, then I'm not going to be able to convince you in this video. But in my opinion, he did not want y'all poor asses in his motherfucking church. And based on my experience of what I saw online and what was going on, it seemed like almost pulling teeth to try and get this motherfucker to be open. And there were a lot of debates, as I said, going on online. But the main one is just like how certain Christians don't act like Christians, girl. It's just like they subscribe to homophobia, they subscribe to hate, even though, you know, their God tells them you're supposed to love everybody, girl. It is painful to think about the fact that religion is used to collect all this money, to make all these people motherfucking rich, and yet when people need a place to stay, when people need some place to be, because they've been displaced from their homes, it's just like a lot of these organized ass religion built bitches don't want to give back to the very same community that built their asses up in the first place tax-free. A lot of these bitches are hypocrites, but whatever, I'm not gonna drag him too hard because his no lip having ass did eventually open up the doors to that church, even though he may be uncomfortable with it. It's like, wow, goddamn bitch. You rich, sis. If something happens to your church, girl, just pay somebody to fix it, girl. You are rich. You are rich. I'm talking about he was just looking, oh my God. Oh, these people, okay, they're coming in, I guess. The way that y'all be talking, isn't it supposed to be God's house? What's the tea? Some of y'all are hypocrites, and that's that on that. Here comes Donald Trump's inflatable flotation device built ass, and yet he's sinking to the bottom of the fucking barrel. Bitch with Melania coming out here in her 6-inch heels. Somebody said on Twitter, she walked in the flood like nobody business. Bitch, goddamn. She came to Houston and ain't helping no victims. Bitch, I said, that shit was funny when I see that shit on Twitter. I said, girl, I mean, Melania came out here and said, bitch, I don't know who you hoes thought I was, bitch. I don't know who you hoes thought I was, bitch, but I'm a fucking model. So, I mean, y'all want me to act like this politician, this first lady, bitch, but I'm really coming out here to make sure that the cameras can see me looking good as fuck. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump really came on this motherfucking fire truck talking about, wow, look at the crowd. Bitch, wow, look at the crowd? Wow, look at the crowd, bitch. You mean the crowd that has been motherfucking displaced? What a turnout. What the fuck are you talking about? You talking about the people whose houses have been turned the fuck out? Donald Trump cannot be a decent human being even if you paid his ass to do so, okay? He came out here talking about, well, Harvey, wow, that sounds like such an innocent name. Ha 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 ha. This is not a laughing matter. The only laughing matter is your lack of goddamn hair follicles, okay? Donald Trump, take your ass on somewhere, bitch. Two national disasters struck Houston, Texas. Harvey and Donald goddamn Trump.